Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm the Comic Foil. You may have noticed that I lost one of the power-ups I was holding. Why did that happen? Well, I'm getting a weird error. Let's see if it happens again now that I restarted the game. Yeah. If I try to pause the game, downloaded desktop/downloaded stuff/game dev spark development spark dev pause.ccn error while opening. There is an error with the ability to pause. I hope that doesn't become a problem. Remember last time when I was talking about saying how, like, now that I'm running it, Spark is a little bit less glitchy than Freedom Planet? Well... Okay, so I got something that, like, charged me up and made me run faster. I don't know if that translates to you guys watching it, but when you're controlling it, you feel it. Every little thing you're doing is, like, bringing you forward faster. Okay, and chains to destroy. So yeah, I'm feeling a little bit naked without a second power-up to switch to. Technically, I guess, if I hit Y when I'm like this, okay, yeah, I can turn back into Spark. Turn back into regular Spark. And in fact, let's do that a little bit. Okay, we need to... No. I want to get down and to the left there. No. Loho Land, Part 2. Okay. Well, this is like it's carrying me up, but I feel like I'm going in a loop if I keep going this way, right? Yeah. Okay, have I been over here yet? I don't know about this. I think I've gotten turned around. I think perhaps I'm going in the opposite direction of where I want to go. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's try up here. That's another problem I can have a lot in 2D Sonic games, is I'm bad at knowing where to go. And I'm not somebody who, like, replays a ton of games, so... You know, I don't get the... This is something I love about Zephyr Revolution and his videos and his video game opinions, because it's so different than mine. But, like, he loves a game that you could replay and master. Like, he was saying that he thinks maybe his favorite Metroid game out of the ones he played was Super Metroid. And I really do like Super Metroid, but... Like, while I think Super Metroid's amazing, it's not my favorite Metroid game to play at all, but it is, like, yes, it rewards, like, mastery and understanding of the level design, and it's something where you might have a good time your first playthrough and then have a great time your second playthrough. And, like, mastery of it lets you start figuring out how to sequence break and stuff. Okay, what's the big idea here? Where do I go? Follow the sunrise. Where do I go? Follow the doves. Is there an answer in their sweet faces that tells me why I live and die? Okay, do I want... Whoop. I could not keep myself up in the air there. It's because I'm pressing a direction while wall jumping, and that tends to not be the thing you want to do in those narrow areas. Nice. Okay, let's, yeah, let's take the fire ability. Let's try and hold on to the fire ability this time. Oh, did I just drop down here again, though? Into the same... I thought I was finding the way forward, and now, once again, I'm not sure. Okay, wait, can I can go through there. Oh, I'm so stupid. That was a foreground element. Okay, what's shining there? Oh, that's the thing that powers me up. Gives me super boost powers. Oh, seems to make me, like, invulnerable, too, and gives me, like, a damage field. Probably shouldn't have stayed and fought that guy. Oh, okay. That's a little scary. I'm afraid that's gonna crush me and be a one-hit KO. Cool, so I'd say this is definitely our, like, Sonic, like, Carnival kind of level. Whoop. Whoop. So, here's a question for you. Now, Sonic Generations is one of my favorite Sonic games. And I think Shadow Generations is also now one of my favorite Sonic games. I thought it was really good. But I also think Sonic's too reliant as a series now on, like, bringing back areas from past, like... Again, I haven't played Frontiers, and some people really like it, and some people really don't like it. So I don't think they should do another Generations. I think they need to try and make more new stuff. Even, like, Sonic Forces, like, I've heard some people be like, oh yeah, you go back to, like, Green Hill Zone and Chemical Plant Zone, and Sonic Forces does have a bunch of returning stages for the, like, cyberspace levels. That is kind of, like, blatant, like, let's reuse assets. And I think that's a shame. I think that comes off really lazy. So I'd rather they not do, like, returning levels, even if it's just, like, thematically. But if they did, if there was another, like, Sonic Generations, or there was another, like, what stages would you like to see back? Because what made me think about it is that this is kind of the, like, theme park carnival kind of level that a lot of Sonic games have. I'm surprised that there isn't one of those in Sonic Generations. There is in, like, what was originally DLC. There's, like, a pinball table that's based on a Casino Night Zone. That's, like, cute, but it's not a real stage, and honestly, it's kind of annoying to play. IMO. So I'm surprised we didn't get one of those. What I would like to see, if they must, the same way that we got kind of like the Shadow redemption with a lot of recent Shadow stuff, you know, if they... I don't know if they should really do this, but I've just thought, like, hypothetically, what if there was, like, a Knuckles generation? What would be the stages to do in it? So... let's imagine there's Knuckles Generation. Let's imagine it's as long as Sonic Generations, where really it would probably be as long as Shadow Generations with, like, 6 stages, not 9. But let's say there are 9. Let's go ham. What would be the, like, Knuckles-appropriate levels to put in the same way they found, like, levels related to Shadow for Shadow Generations, and then threw in one level from Frontiers for some reason? Because I definitely think, like, Angel Island Zone would be a really good one, even though they've done it already. So, like, assuming that they couldn't do it already, I mean, they could just make a new Angel Island Zone. But let's say they can't do that. So for Sonic 3, I think it would be cool to do, like, the snow level for that, or do, Mushroom Hill for, like, the Sonic 3 and Knuckles level. I think maybe Mushroom Hill because it's the first level in Sonic and Knuckles, and that would just be cool. Then you would want one for Sonic Adventure. So maybe that would be, like, our theme park stage. Maybe we would do the, like... What's the theme park you go to as Amy? Does Knuckles ever get to do that theme park? I think so. Either the theme park or the casino. Yeah, either or. Oh, hey, Romalo. Oh, Romalo attacking me. Okay, I can't decide if I want to be long range or short range for this fight. Well, this is problematic because if you're going to keep doing that, I'm not really going to be able to hit you. Okay, long range it is. Oh. I like Romalo. I think he's cool. So a Sonic Adventure 2 stage would definitely have to be Pumpkin Hill, and then like make that as like a, you know, get to the end of the stage level rather than a treasure hunt level. Though if they wanted to put in some kind of treasure hunt aspect to the game, that could be neat, just because that's such a Knuckles thing. Aw, look at his angry kitty face. You good, bro? Alright, bye. Alright, good to see he's still kicking. I could see him being, like, the final big bad, just because that happens a lot with Jester characters. This feels like something's supposed to be happening here. Yeah, especially because I can't really jump back up from here. See, and I can't pause the game, and is this the same, like... Does this have to do with the error that, like, the game is not pausing? Should I, like, uninstall and reinstall the game and hope it fixes whatever the heck suddenly is wrong with my pause button? Because my timer is going to be going up. I don't know that there's, like, a time limit or anything. This is definitely supposed to be, like, an end-of-level area. Geez, hold on. Okay, so I did a game restart. I defeated Romalo again. And now we're gonna try and go... Whoop. Well, I actually got to there from this side, so maybe I was just going the wrong way. No, I go through the loop. Okay, did I just go to the wrong place before? Was I just standing at a dead end? Is that just weird level design? I still can't pause the game. I already tried. I saw some reports online about that being a problem on, like, the Steam Deck and the Linux version of this game, but I'm just playing this on Steam. I think this game was on, like, itchy.io. Itchy.io. Before it was on Steam, and that could explain some, like, conversion issues. But okay, so we got 3 of our Knuckles levels. Let's say Mushroom Hill, let's say the casino level that's in, the casino level that's in Sonic Adventure, I forget the name of it. And then, let's say, or you know what, no, make that, like, one of the, like, the main, like, Mystic Ruins stage. I forget what it's called, but make it that. And then, Pumpkin Hill. Then, let's see. Do we want a Sonic? It would be great to have a Knuckles Chaotix. I know Knuckles Chaotix isn't like canon exactly, but I think it would be fun. I mean, technically, the events of Sonic 06 aren't like canon anymore. Like, they're canon as they used to have happened, but like time got changed, and we can still go there. So I mean, yeah, I think it would be cute. I do not know levels in Knuckles Chaotix though, so yeah, whatever. Have a Knuckles Chaotix stage. So yeah, so we'd have Sonic 3, yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles Chaotix, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure 2 represented. So if we want like a Sonic Heroes rep, we already did like a haunted area, so I'm thinking maybe the Metal City, that's the second stage, I think would be a good one. Then oh boy, I'm really gonna bounce all around here. I'm not making a lot of progress here. Then, I mean, if you wanted a stage from Shadow the Hedgehog, which, by the way, it's crazy that there isn't a main stage from Shadow the Hedgehog in Shadow Generations. I guess you still have, like the Black Doom and everything with that is taken from Shadow the Hedgehog, so the game is still definitely represented. It's just crazy that you don't have, like, Westopolis in there. But maybe it would be too much like Radical Highway. And Radical Highway was the one to do because that is the first stage where you ever get to play as Shadow the Hedgehog in his first appearance. But yeah, if we wanted a Shadow Hedgehog, it would definitely be a Skyfleet, or whatever that one's called. I can think of the music of it, but it's where Knuckles helps Shadow in that one. Then... yeah, that would give us 6. Then you could have a Sonic Frontiers place. You could have a Sonic Forces place. I don't know those very well. Oh, we ran out of music. Whoops. I guess I was taking too long. That's really cool. That's really fun that it lets us do that. Alright, Tower of Eos. So we were on one more appearance. Like, maybe we could do, like, a Sonic Advance stage. Like, maybe we could do, like Highway 99 or something like that from Sonic Advance 3. Oh, that's cool that I could do that. That, like, late pirouette thing. Yeah, I mashed my way through that fight. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so... Hammer Guy said there was a surprise up here. Are we gonna face Hammer Guy again? Maybe in a bigger... maybe in a bigger mech? Oh, we fought these kinds of things before. Yeah, I think we're doing like a little mini-boss rush here. Oh, but you got like the little sparklies, like Romalo has. Oh. You know what? I think I'm going back to ice. I'm going back to melee attacks. Because they work faster. Oh. Oh, that's awesome. I don't even know how I... Okay, that's my max static charge attack. Which I get when I land melee attacks. Yeah, so this is a mini boss rush. Got it. Okay, so I'm not going to fight every little thing because I'm already fighting every big thing. Yep. Ah, man. I was still in the danger zone. Yeah, you just do, like, area lasers, but it's not really bad for me to be next to you, so I could just keep doing that. Up! Power up. Yeah, it's hard to stop on a dime, so... Oh. That's okay. If I can kill him, then there'll be more health. Get that save point, too. Okay, do we want to switch to anything else, like Lance? I'm kind of enjoying Ice. I don't remember if I've seen this guy yet. Oh, no, I have seen this guy before. I remember him now. Okay, I do build up static when I land hits with arrows, so... Let's remember that and use it to our advantage. Oh, I like how, so it doesn't black out the screen, it just really, really darkens it, so you can still kind of see it back there. Yeah, that's the problem with taking long breaks. Okay, get ready for him to dash by. I knew he was going to do that too, but I couldn't get away fast enough. Okay. And drill. Honestly, I like the slowdown. Yeah, that's great. Should have stayed on the ground there, though. Okay. Ha! You died half off screen. Yeah, this is Romallo. This is Romallo making illusions of everything. I almost wondered if this sign was going to be an illusion then. Romallo, are you the one who made it so that I can't pause the game? Hey, man. Good job. That was fun. Let's do this again sometime. Hey, are you that guy from the park? Yeah, it's me, Romallo. Yeah, Romallo. Romallo, with a new body and hoodie. Looks fancy, doesn't it? I guess. Yeah. You ready to go? Go where? Wait. Yes? You're not going to do anything. Huh? Why? Well, you fooled me twice already. Fooled me 3 times and you're officially that guy. You know the one. I don't, but I'm sorry for whatever I did. When this all began, I was infected by a virus. That's how this whole thing got started. I'm really sorry if I did anything wrong. Also, we should go in. The doc is waiting. Man, you sure are different. Wait, Doc? Yeah, Dr. Armstrong. Let's go. All right. And pulls me into the void. Yeah, so I was right in seeing the sparklies on all the mini-bosses there. Okay, Hammer Guy, Archer Lady, Edgy Sword Guy. Yeah, this is the Rogues Gallery here. I knew it! This was a trap! No! It's fine! None of us are infected! What a pain. This is a gathering. We have a mission. Calm your checks, everything is fine. Also, ignore those 2 back there. They have at least 1,000 loose screws. Your insult is not appreciated. The doctor didn't have enough time to fix them. So you're gonna have to bear with the attitude and Karana's weird voice. So Karana is the archer, Seam is the blue edgy guy. Where's this doctor? He will show up soon. Hey, guys! I'm picking something up. It's him! What? Okay, so you're a formy like Spark. You're like an actual organic life form. Hello? Is this working? There, I think I got it. Oh, it's the Jester. It's a pleasure to meet you. You go by the name of Spark, correct? I hope you had a safe journey here. Yeah, I guess you can call it that. Oh dear. I know you had a hard time. I just cannot help but be polite. Now, on to the matter at hand. I have been monitoring this chaos since the beginning. And unfortunately, I am partially to blame. You see, when Megaraph was completed, I had an idea. Megaraph required a guardian of sorts. The initial prototype was quite weak and soft, so it was scrapped. In a way, I think I made it too much like myself. Oh dear, self-depreciating humor aside. The final product was perfect. It was built on Megaraph itself. Just goes to show the power of that magnificent structure. However, it had one factor I didn't account for. I made it quite independent. My need for him to operate by himself more than backfired. As a result, he developed quite an ideology. I don't know the details, but he is very adamant about it. He even gave himself a name. Friom. Yeah, that's the big guy I met. I believe it to be a reference to the Earth's culture. It means something cold, very cold, capable of freezing. It seems to be an intimidation tactic on his end. He now resides at the top of Megaraph. I believe he is powering himself up for something of tremendous proportions. Something must be done. Quick! Alright, I'm on board. Where do I start? Oh! Let me explain. I'm excited for this. You noticed the fleet of ships up there, right? The military is going up against Friom's forces, but I doubt it's going to end well for them. Friom's ships are just too strong. That's why I'm gonna go in there in my mech form. And you're coming with me. I'll drop you up in the ship. And you'll take them down from the inside. Heck yeah! Sounds awesome. Delightful. You should begin as soon as you are ready. Just so you know, we'll be joining the fight too. But we're going to be down here on the ground. Oh yeah, and after we take over the ships, we will be dropping by Megaraph. This time to take down Friom for good. And Jester. Regardless if you succeed or not. You'll be met with great financial compensation. However, I feel obligated to mention, the activities you have engaged so far are quite illegal. Oh, oops. Do not worry, son. I'll make it so this was a job of sorts. Therefore, I will be handling the legal issues as a responsible authority. Consider yourself hired. Hired? Indeed. But Jester, before you go, there is another matter I must speak to you. There is someone in one of those ships. Someone I have already met. The Jester robot that took away your previous job. I do not know much about him. But I was able to track down some data. His purpose was to pretend to be one of Friom's goons. And backstab him once the time was right. It seems he was not successful. Or worse, he might just be an enemy. Regardless, you must fight. Regardless, you must fight. You said that already. Now, everyone, prepare for battle. Roger. Alright, Chester, let's go! Okay, so we're approaching the final battle. Alright, and we got a flight stage a la Sonic 2. Oh. No, I guess we don't. I guess we're jumping off there right away. That is what Romalo said he was going to do. Is drop us off on a ship. Yeah, I ruined it by pressing a button. Classic Sonic. Not to be confused with Classic Sonic. A lot of people have been saying since Shadow Generation also that they want to see like a Silver Generations now, where they want some kind of redemption for Silver. Thing is, Silver hasn't been in as many games, so I don't know if you could do, like, the Generations treatment of, like... I guess you could do, like, multiple stages from 06 and, like, Sonic Rivals. He's in Sonic Forces, so you could, like, do that. But I would hope if Silver got, like, another starring role in something, there would be more... there would be more original stuff. So what I'm kind of thinking more is, like... And again, I haven't played Frontiers, but I know the DLC of Frontiers adds Tails, Knuckles, and Amy as playable characters, because Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy are, like, the original four. Those are, like, the three Sonic friends. And I know they did, like, a lot of character development there with Knuckles and Tails and Amy, and kind of suggested that they all, like, you know, needed to, like, grow more as people without Sonic, learn more who they are outside of Sonic, and not just be around to be a sidekicks all the time. And I think there's something kind of compelling with that, so I'd kind of like to see a similar thing done, but without those three, you know, give Tails, Knuckles, and Amy a game off, and focus on some other characters, so, like, they can still make appearances somewhere, but as far as, like, other playable characters, if they were gonna do that, and they wouldn't have to do, like, Sonic and 3 other playable characters, but the ones I would most like to see is, like, maybe they could have Shadow come in again with, like, some more of the powers that he got in Generations. You know, worked into a more 3D-focused Sonic game. But I'd be more interested maybe in, like, Silver and Blaze getting more to do. So, like, you could do, like, Sonic, Shadow, Silver, and Blaze. But I think I'd rather even see, like... Or, like, if it was only down to 3, I'd rather have Silver and Blaze than Shadow at this point, just because Shadow just got a lot. But then again, it might be a good idea to build off of, like, what we've recently had. And Shadow's really popular right now, so it's hard to imagine they wouldn't include him if they had the chance. Maybe Rouge, maybe more with Rouge, or maybe give, like, Shadow his own kind of Frontier sort of game with Rouge and Omega as other playable characters. I love Omega. And, you know, I'm glad, like, Omega and Rouge were both playable in 06, even though it's bad by the sound of it. You know, because most of the playstyles in that game are bad. I hear people say the only ones that are, like, half-decent are Sonic and Blaze. Yeah, I'm taking a lot of damage just from enemies here. Alright, well, I'm probably gonna end this episode off soon, so that I can make the next episode the final, at least in this first campaign. Somebody suggested that I play... I mean, spoilers, but it's fine. It makes total sense, but there's, like, a FARC mode. And some people were suggesting I play that because it's, like, referenced in one of the later games, so it might have, like, unique story. I mean, when I played, Freedom Planet for the channel, I did playthroughs as Lilac, Carol, and Mila. The weird thing with that is, like, there were a few levels, like, unique to Mila, but for the most part, like, they were all kind of really the same, and actually, Lilac had the most, and, like, Mila just ends up having, like, less, like, boss fights, because, Mila does get, like, corrupted to be the final boss of Lilac's campaign, which is kind of like the main campaign. So it kind of made it feel like those campaigns, like, weren't done. Which, like, them being, you know, with indie games, we don't always, you know, they run out of budget or they run out of time. They don't always get to put in everything they want. It's great, you know, when you have developers like with Stardew Valley or Hollow Knight, where they're willing to just kind of keep throwing more stuff in. But that's not always possible. Oh, I'm actually safe here. That's awesome. Oh, self-destruct sequence. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, let's go with Archer so that we can also fire projectiles while running. So this is just the self-destruct sequence for this specific ship in Freom's fleet. Okay, and back onto Romalo's mech form. And 15B. Yeah, so we're gonna go blow up another ship now. And, yeah, Freom's fleet is currently fighting just the military. We don't know anything about the military, but, like, you know, a way of saying, like, oh, yeah, there are, like, governments and, like, people... there are people whose job it is to deal with this. They're just not good enough to deal with it. It's kind of like when you play a Pokemon game, and you're like, where are, like, the police? We see police from time to time, they're just not doing anything. There's, like, Looker... In some of the games, it suggested that, like, the Elite Four or the gym leaders also, like, are in charge of, like, keeping the people safe. I think it varies from region to region, like, what the goal of gym leaders and the Elite Four really is. But I always found that interesting. We got in a big discussion on Oscar's Discord. I should say, I got into a big discussion. I think I was doing most of the talking. I think it was mostly me blathering. But just about, like, the world building of the Rotom phone. Because I was just, like, really interested in, like, how does the Rotom phone work? I've thought about doing, like, character study, like, minis. Where I could talk about things like Rotom and, like, how Rotom appears to work in continuity. Character studies just always took me so long to make. They were really hard for me. I still want to do them, but I just, like, realistically, like... I, like, don't have the willpower to make them, which makes me sad. It's so much easier to make Let's Plays, and Tears of Joy have been kind of a bit of a middle ground for me. And the, like, the year-end reviews, where I talk about every game that I played over the course of the year. I'm having a lot of trouble with this, because we've got very specific platforming, and this is, like, a Sonic-like, so you don't always have, like, super precise footing. Okay, thank you for the save point. Thanks for the bits, thanks for the bits. To answer God's Little Princess's question on Blue Sky, will I be showing this trilogy to Oscar? I mean, I'm definitely going to tell him about it. He definitely sees me posting them. Whether or not he watches this Let's Play, I don't know. I'm probably going to, like, recommend this game to him. Am I going to have him on the channel to show him the games? I don't think so. I know people always want Oscar to join me in videos. Yes, it's always more interesting when Oscar does. I would take him, bring him along for all of these videos if I could, because also it helps my views, because people like seeing him. He's more famous than me. And it's also just always more interesting to have somebody to, you know, bounce the conversation off of. But why did I drop down here? Because I wanted that health pickup, and now I took damage, so I invalidated the health pickup. Just like, Oscar and I live 15 minutes away from each other. He has a wife and a dog to take care of. I have a wife and a dog to take care of. He has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. We're already doing Unicorn Overlord. We're already planning to do another Let's Play for his channel soon, but he wants to finish up Silk Song with Amber first, and who knows how long that's going to take. I don't know how long of a game Silk Song is. Silk Song is on the backlog. I did buy it right away because I wanted to support Team Cherry immediately, especially because, like, for the low price. Now, I don't give a crap about the video game awards. Like, I've gone on record saying I think giving awards for video games is, like, not a bad thing to do, but it's, like, arbitrary. Like, it's not really going to say what the best thing is. It's just, like, awards are best when they're used to just, like, honor good things, not be treated as what the best thing is. Because, like, it's always going to be subjective and probably political. But I would be so happy if at the Spike VGA's Silk Song got Game of the Year, because it would just, like, send such a message that this big indie game that... Similar to Baldur's Gate 3. Did Baldur's Gate 3 win its year, but, like, a game that, like, came out really big, really cheap. Like, $19.99. So cheap. And for, like, just, like, a passionate creator who's just like, oh, yeah, I'm, like, making a lot of money, I have, like, small costs, and I'm willing to just spend years and years and years working on this and not try and, like, a nickel and dime it's worth. Have I fought this thing before? I think I've fought a boss just like this before. Oh, I can pogo this way. That's cool. I didn't know I could do that with... I knew I could shoot fire downwards, but I didn't know if I hit something that I would... I didn't think I could, like, suspend myself in midair that way. That's great. So yeah, there's just not always time to get Oscar onto things. I'm just happy to have him on the channel where he can be. He does want to do another... He does want to be the guest for more Tears of Joys, though. And Amber wants to be a guest on a Tears of Joy, and we have one we just decided on. So I'm really happy about that. I was so happy that she asked, too. It made my night. I won't say what it is. If you know Amber well enough, you might have some good guesses, though. And no, it's not a Zenless Zone Zero, because Oscar and Amber are probably going to make a video together on that at some point. Or maybe it'll just be Oscar, but, you know, Amber will help us rank it. I'm probably going to write it, even though I haven't played ZZZ. There's been some tough bosses, but this has been the toughest level so far. I'm actually curious, now that I'm not on level 14 anymore, can I pause? Yes, I can! Awesome. So it was just something for level 14. I saw some people saying they were having the same problem in the Steam chat rooms with Stage 14A specifically. Alright, Mega Wrath Destroyer C. Well, guys, I need to end this episode because I'm predicting the end is in sight and I don't want to go too long. So I'm going to stop us here. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we finish up Spark, the Electric Jester next time. Then we can do the FARC mode, and then we can move on to the sequels. So see you later.